Baby powder. Baby powder has one of the cleanest reputations in the bathroom. It looks soft, smells fresh, and feels harmless enough to use without thinking, which is exactly what makes it dangerous. If the powder is talc-based, the concern is not the silky feel. The concern is what can come with it. Talc has raised safety concerns because talc deposits can be contaminated with asbestos, which is the kind of word you never want connected to something floating around your face. What you cannot see is the real issue. Fine powder does not just land politely on your skin and stay there. It lifts into the air, hangs there, and some of it gets inhaled through your nose and throat. That cloud is the trap. It looks clean, but it can turn a simple habit into repeated exposure over time without giving you any warning. If you use powder, check whether it is talc-free. Avoid shaking it near your face, never use it in a child's breathing zone, and switch to cornstarch-based options if you want the feel with less baggage. Hair straightening. That sleek, glassy, salon-perfect hair can come with a chemical hit your body never agreed to. The scary part is that some hair straightening treatments release formaldehyde when heat hits your hair, which means the danger is not just sitting on your head. It moves into the air around your face while you breathe it in. That makes this one a polished little backstabber. You go in for beauty and you walk into fumes. Here's what happens inside your body. Formaldehyde irritates your eyes, nose, throat, and lungs fast. But the bigger problem is repeated exposure over time. This is not just one dramatic appointment. It is the treatment you keep repeating every few months for years, especially when heat is involved. That is where the risk gets uglier. The fix is simple, but you have to be specific. Ask about formaldehyde, formalin, and methylene glycol. Avoid treatments that need heavy flat ironing. If a product smells sharp enough to sting your eyes, trust your body and back off. And if you do any kind of straightening at home, I left a formaldehyde test kit in the description and pinned comment, because most people assume the product is safe just because it is being sold normally, but they have never actually checked what they are breathing around it. Dandruff shampoo. Dandruff shampoo has that pharmacy vibe that makes people relax instantly. It looks medicated and responsible, like the bottle is there to solve a scalp problem. But some dandruff shampoos use coal tar, and that is where this gets darker than most people expect. The danger is not the word dandruff. It is the ingredient hiding behind the label. Now, to be fair, this is not a one-wash disaster. The bigger concern comes from repeated exposure over time, which is exactly why people overlook it. If your dandruff keeps coming back, you may keep reaching for the same bottle for months or years. That is when a quick fix starts becoming a chemical routine. And because it sits in the shampoo section, most people downgrade the risk before they even read the label. This one is a slow burn troublemaker. It hides behind the word medicated and borrows trust from it. If your shampoo contains coal tar, use it as directed. Do not leave it on longer than needed. And consider other active ingredients first if they work for your scalp. Skin lightening creams. These creams are sold like confidence in a jar. Fade dark spots, brighten your skin, even out your tone, and look cleaner overnight. That is how they hook people. They are marketed like self-care, but some skin lightening creams hide dangerous chemicals. The product looks cosmetic, but the exposure is not. That should scare you, and that is what makes this one such a traitor. Here's the thing. Your skin is not armor. It absorbs more than people think. Some skin lightening products have been found with mercury or harmful ingredients, especially in shady imports, unlabeled jars, and products sold through sketchy online listings. So, while you think you are fixing a surface problem, your body may be dealing with something bigger underneath. That is where the danger starts getting real. The scary part is how fast this becomes a daily habit, morning and night, week after week. That exposure stacks up. Buy only from trusted retailers, avoid products with no ingredient list, skip anything promising instant whitening, and stop immediately if your skin burns, peels, darkens strangely, or goes numb. Spray sunscreen. Spray sunscreen feels like a hero. It is fast, light, and less messy than rubbing lotion all over your body. You spray, go, and feel like you made a good choice. But here's the ugly twist. Some spray sunscreens have been recalled over benzene contamination. So the product you grab to help protect your skin can, in some cases, bring a different chemical problem into the picture. That is a nasty betrayal. What makes this worse is the way you use it. You do not just put it on your skin. You launch it into the air around your mouth and nose. Some of that mist drifts, some lands off target, and some gets inhaled before you even realize it. And because people reapply sunscreen again and again at the beach, pool, or park, the whole thing can become repeated exposure without ever feeling like it. You still need sunscreen, just choose smarter. Lotion or cream formulas give you more control. If you use sprays, apply them outdoors, never spray directly into your face, and check cans for recall notices before using them. Dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is the fake clean magician. It lets you skip a wash, rescue greasy roots, fluff everything up, and walk out the door like nothing happened. It feels modern, efficient, and harmless. That is the trap. Some aerosol dry shampoos have been recalled because of benzene contamination, which means the shortcut can turn into a chemical exposure you never planned for. Convenience is what makes this one sneaky, and this is where it gets bad. You usually spray it in a bathroom, bedroom, or car mirror where the air is not moving much, so the cloud does not just land on your scalp. You breathe part of it in. It hangs around your face, settles on your skin, and becomes part of your routine so fast that you stop thinking about it. That is how the danger hides, not in one dramatic moment, but in repetition. The real fix is simple. Use non-aerosol formulas when possible. Spray far from your face. Use it only in well-ventilated spaces. And check whether any aerosol can you own was part of a recalled batch. Hair relaxer. Hair relaxers feel familiar, which is exactly why people stop questioning them. You apply the cream, wait, rinse, and get smoother, easier to manage hair. That is the promise. But here's the thing. The real problem may not be the obvious scalp burn. It is the repeated chemical exposure that keeps happening year after year, while the whole routine starts feeling normal. That is the trap. Familiar does not mean safe. And this is where it gets bad. Your scalp is not a helmet. If the skin is irritated, scratched, or burning, chemicals can get through more easily, which means that sting is not something to brush off like part of the process. Every touch-up becomes another round of exposure, and the danger is not one appointment, it is the pattern. Every few months, every year. That is how a beauty routine starts acting like a long-term risk. The smartest move is to stretch out treatments. Never apply relaxer to a damaged scalp. Follow the timing exactly, wear gloves when handling it, and avoid treating chemical burns like something normal. Less exposure matters. Nail hardeners. Nail hardeners look polished and forgettable. They are sold as the fix for weak peeling nails, which makes them sound more like support than exposure. But some nail hardeners can contain formaldehyde, and that changes the story fast, because now the bottle on your vanity is part of the same chemical conversation as much bigger, scarier products. A small package with a bigger problem. Here is what makes it sneaky. You open it inches from your face, paint it on in bathrooms or bedrooms, and breathe the fumes because it feels normal. The smell gets treated like part of the beauty experience instead of a warning sign. But repeated close-range exposure is exactly what people ignore. The scary part is not just what is in the bottle. It is how often you use it in a small space while barely thinking about it. The fix is straightforward. Check labels for formaldehyde, formalin, or methylene glycol. Use nail products near a window or fan. Skip hardeners unless you need them. And never treat a harsh chemical smell like proof that anything is working for you. So, which one of these did you never think twice about until now? If you learned something new, subscribe and watch our other videos. And if you want to clean up some of the hidden risks in your own home, I also linked a few useful products in the description and in the pinned comment that can help with some of the issues in this video.